Welcome to another Rags Riches Secrets. What we'll cover today is scientific advertising. There's this guy named Claude Hopkins, and he did a really good job documenting what allowed him to be successful. Claude basically said, look, he goes, I have got 70 years of marketing experience under my belt. And he goes, what it is like a normal person would work like 8 hours a day. He goes, I literally work 16 hours a day for 30 years. And collectively, he goes, actually probably worked a little bit more than that, because collectively, he goes, I've got about 70 years of experience in marketing. And he goes, the thing I discovered about this is marketing is a science. Now, there was another guy that said something very similar to this. Now, you obviously recognize Warren Buffett. His mentor was a guy by the name of Benjamin Graham. And Benjamin Graham said investing is more or most like investing when it's based on arithmetic. Like it's not a whole bunch of guesswork. And this is what Claude Hopkins has basically discovered is, he's like, there are things that work in marketing, there are things that don't work in marketing. He goes, the fact is there's actually a ton of charlatans out there that pretend that they know how to market. And he goes, look, I will take like decades of information, I'll compress it down into a book, I will hand it to you, so that if you're in pursuit of finding more clients, if you're in pursuit of growing your business, if you're in pursuit of scaling, if you're in pursuit of the good life, I will hand you the answers that will allow you to be successful. And so think about that. That is like what he did. Basically, he offered us a tremendous blessing by leaving a legacy that we can read. And so I'll share some of the elements that I pulled out of this book. So first one I'm going to talk about, I'll show you the three things that I'm going to cover. So first one is how to create a customer journey to attract clients. Then number two is how to build a lead magnet to entice customers to engage in a conversation with you. Number three is how to nurture a client and generate sales. Okay? So the very first thing is create a customer's journey. When you think of a customer's journey, like there is a journey that a customer will go on. There's a journey when you want to meet and marry somebody. You're gonna do certain things. You're probably gonna engage with them. Then you're gonna figure out how to take them to maybe go on a date or maybe go out on a movie. Next thing you know, everybody jokes about going to first base, second base, third base, and home plate, right? That right there is legitimately a journey. Some people are very good at taking the entire journey. Some people are horrible. They can't even get a date. See what I'm talking about? And some people are just awesome where, man, first date, they already made it to home plate. I'm not encouraging that. I'm just saying it's an analogy. You can see what I'm talking about, okay? So let's keep that into mind. So you've got to ask yourself, what is the customer's journey? One thing you need to understand on the customer's journey, okay, is in order for somebody, and this is particular, like if you think about yourself, in order for somebody or for you to be willing to buy a product from somebody, typically, you're going to have to engage with them 7 times, okay? Ty Lopez would talk about this a lot. He's like, look, he goes, somebody's got to figure out how to consume. He goes, like, he figured on his, it was like 7 hours of content. He goes, before somebody buys from me, they need about 7 hours of content. Now, I could create little pieces of content. I could create big pieces of content. But collectively, I've got to figure out how to get 7 pieces of content or 7 hours worth of content in front of them before they're willing to buy. And once you understand that, okay, now you've got to start saying, how can I engage with a customer? See what I'm saying? How can I engage with a customer to get them to engage with me 7 different times so that we can have an experience? Now think about how you operate. If you go to a website, you're likely to bounce, and there's a good chance you'll never be back again. And so the marketer has got to have in the back of his head this primary question is, how do I cause a customer to engage with me? Now, think about that. Like if you take and you roll up, and the very first thing you're doing, like say you're doing online marketing, is you're like, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. It might not actually work, okay? Nobody wants to be pushed on to buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. And so you're probably going to have to discover a nurturing experience that will add value to what the customer is interested in so that they can get to know you and then eventually engage with you. And so one of the secrets, this is right here in number 2, is how to build a lead magnet to entice your customer to engage in a conversation with you. If you think about a lead magnet is basically It's usually a very short website page. And what I mean by a very short website page is there's usually maybe a video, maybe just a picture, there's a headline, there's a little bit of copy on it, and then there's a call to action where it says, hey, give me your name and email address, and in exchange for that, I will do X for you. And so now you've got to pause and say, okay, I want to build this lead magnet. What is it? So if you figure out what is your ideal client, what does my ideal client really, really want? What like amazing thing could I provide to them in exchange for their email? Because I want to have this initial conversation. And the reason you're leaning towards a lead magnet, and this is why you're thinking this way, is you already know if they come to the website, they're likely to bounce quickly. And if you don't find a way to capture their information, it is going to be very challenging for you to build a relationship with them as time progresses. Does that make sense? So it's very important. So you'll see, you can go, like you can take a look at my lead magnets. You can take a look at Ty Lopez's. Ty Lopez actually has some really good ones, okay? So if you see one of Ty Lopez's ads come up, just say, Ty Lopez, click on this thing. You'll read some sort of copy on his, like on a Facebook ad. His Facebook ad will say something like, learn how to make laptop income. Or it'll say, hey, I've been, I don't know, some sort of investor, or make $2,500 to $25,000 a month. Or he'll have some sort of headline that will grab your attention and make you go, huh, interesting. I would like to know more. So then you click on his little link, and the next thing you're going to do is it's going to pop up to a very teeny website page where he's going to say, here's this cool thing that you're interested in. If you would like to get it, and he's going to say it in different words than that, he's going to put something that's very curiosity-inducing out there in front of you so that you go, huh, yeah, I think I would be interested in that, which will then trigger you to enter your name, your email address, so that you can gain access to the thing that he just promised you. Does that make sense? And so that is exactly what you'll see Ty Lopez doing. And if you look at it, and you look at why he's trying to do it, is he's trying to say, look, you're probably only going to visit me right here once. I've got to capture your information because I've got to take you on a journey. This is where number 3 comes in, is how to nurture a client and generate sales. So what he does in that step 2 with that lead magnet is he will then capture your email address, and then he will start following up emails with you. All of a sudden you have emails in your inbox that says, hey, Ty Lopez here, da-da-da. And he's going to start talking to you, like things that you're interested in. Hey, this is cool, or whatever it is. He will start engaging in a conversation, and he will engage you and say, hey, like, here's something else really cool. Check this thing out. He'll give you a link. You click on the link. He's going to take you to a page. And when you go to that page, he's going to try to create value again. Now, he might take and send you to a video. He might take and send you just to a website where you can read some content. Like, whatever it is, he's going to find a way to engage with you again so that you can start learning and basically create a relationship with him. Like, if you think about, take for example, okay? Ty Lopez would do podcasts. So, you can say, I'm doing a podcast too. He would do a podcast so that he could put content out in front of you so that you could build a relationship with him. He would create YouTube videos so that you could start building a relationship with him. And if you go to a YouTube video, you will watch a video, you'll be entertained, you'll learn. He'll give you some, what you can call education. Edutainment. Edutainment means it's educating, but it's entertaining at the same time. So he's going to give you some edutainment. Then you're going to say, okay, that's cool. I want to learn more. He'll have a link down below, and then he'll literally start nurturing you and start introducing you to opportunities. So if you're trying to figure out, how do I market? He'll introduce you to a marketing class. If you're trying to figure out, like, okay, how do I do affiliate marketing? He'll say, okay, this is how you do it. And he'll introduce you to a way to learn affiliate marketing. If you say, I'm interested in real estate, he will teach you, he will provide content, then they will then lead you to an opportunity to get inside his investing course, okay, to buy real estate. And so therein lies basically kind of the primary elements in being able to figure out how to operate your business. So we're going to start at the top just to make sure we capture it all, because we covered quite a few things, okay? At the top, got to consider the customer journey. Why is it important? You need 7 touches with a client before they're likely to buy from you. Number 2, you create a lead magnet. Find or think of what is something that your customer would really, really want. In this case, it's probably better to find something that might be digital in nature. But if it's not a digital product or a digital thing you can provide, just consider like, I like to try to find things that are high value to a customer, but low cost for me to fulfill. Does that make sense? And so because I want to be able to provide something to a lot of people, I want to figure out how to give them instant gratification and access. And depending on what it is, like, you don't want to give away, maybe you do, I don't know, you can decide what you want to do. Like, maybe you don't want to give away a $1,000 physical product that costs you legitimately $1,000. Now, if you're likely to make $1 billion back, $1,000 seems cheap, right? But if you've got a product that say it sells for like $2,000 and you give away $1,000, you're probably never going to recoup your money. So ask yourself, what thing can I provide to a customer of value where they would be willing to say, I will exchange my email for this thing? And that thing is called a squeeze page to capture their email. The next thing is you put them on an email sequence. This is a method or methodology to engage in a conversation, introduce new things to them where they can say, yeah, I would be interested in that. Or yeah, I would be interested in this thing. Okay? And then the last, that's it. Those are really the 3 things. Journey, lead magnet, and then have a way to follow up with them to increase this conversation. So there, my friends, is the rags